But in the Tai Chi world, we don't have to. You can forget that you need to know everything. You can forget that there's a Tai Chi expert who knows everything. And I can tell you, no Tai Chi expert knows everything. It's just too much to know. You don't have to know everything. You just have to know what's important to you. First, we start with the principles, because everything about Tai Chi go back to those principles. And the principle is something that's been refined, redefined through centuries. Different people look at it, they add to it. But being a principle, by definition, is that principle is something that stays true regardless of time, space. Right? So the Tai Chi principle all met that criteria, especially the one I distill after going through a lot of texts, lots of work. And the ones that I propose over there are the ones that I tried it myself, and I find it really helpful and really true to the Tai Chi. So those are the three categories of principles. The first one is movement. We want to control our movements, so the movements are slow, smooth, and continuous. The second thing about the movement is that we want to move as though there's a gentle resistance. So your movement have an inner energy. Just move somewhere is an anti-move. Moving with a gentle resistance is a substantial move, it's a move for internal energy. So these are the movement control. Number two is your body. Your body is a structure that supports the internal energy. So that structure needs to be sound. And the most sound structure is being upright, where your organs have better space, it perform better. But just to give you some idea, just the diversity, there's a style called Wu style. There's two Wu styles. I mentioned the major Wu style. It's one of the four major styles. They believe upright. I believe being upright means this is perpendicular. They believe upright means align with your legs, which means that they lean forward. So that's very fundamental. And this is a major style. So how do we decide who's right? Well, I like to tell you, I believe upright is vertical. And almost every other style have that belief. And I'll come back to how do you tell there's so many differences. You know, when you learn Yang style, we talk about lift your foot up just above the ground and touch down softly like a cat, then put your weight down and lean forward. When you learn Jing style, it says you brush your legs right on the ground and drag your foot when they follow up. So who's right? I'm going to give you some guide what is right, what is real Tai Chi. But meanwhile, I just like to go back to the body. Posture, upright, vertical is being upright in my mind. And it doesn't matter if you're a little bit out, 5 degrees, a little bit forward, a little bit, it's okay. You still get energy. But if you are, I think, more than 15 degrees behind or leaning too far forward, then it compromises the internal energy. When you lean too much forward, it's easy to unbalance you. And it's harder for you to come back, shift your weight. But when you lean back, of course, it's too much strength in the back and you don't get the same energy. So, and that is consistent with studies on postures. The deep stabilizing muscle, the studies on the system of the back, which I'll come back after I go through the principle about the medical study, how we confirm that being upright is the better posture than leaning along this way. So posture upright. The second thing about that structure that support the internal energy is how they move the body. To move the body, you need to maintain good balance. Apart from being upright, you need to be aware of your weight transference. And that's really good to be aware of your foot down before you move. Just give you more mindfulness of where you're going. And those are the reason why Tai Chi is so good for falls prevention. Study has shown, but Tai Chi does. And what is also very interesting about Tai Chi, study has shown that it's not just the physical balance, how well we can maintain a balance with one foot, it's also your mind. If you believe that you are not going to fall, you believe you're very good at moving and you're unlikely to fall, you're actually less likely to fall. So as a doctor, I used to tell my elderly patient, be careful, be careful when they get up and walk with care, like this. And we all tell our older parents to do that. Do you know what? You do them a disservice. Isn't that amazing? But it also shows why Tai Chi is so good for falls prevention. Not only you train your balance, but it also train your mind to feel more confident, to feel better about yourself. That itself prevents fall.
And the recovery part of it.
Yeah.
To recover from not falling.
Yeah. Yeah. So the body is the posture, being upright, and the weight transfer. And then the last category is internal, that is most important.